It's Sunday, October 2nd. Welcome back to my Call of Cthulhu playthrough. We're going to load up Chapter 2. For those who missed it, I am at the Darkwater port, but make sure you go back and watch the previous episode. I'm going to try to place a link to the previous video right above, but my YouTube skills are not the greatest, so if it doesn't work out, my apologies. But let's see if I can read this real quick. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label and address, a warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. So we're just waiting for it to load up. And we are ready to enter the madness. Talk to Fitzroy. Alright, so my tasks are go to the bar, talk to Bradley, and talk to Fitzroy. I mean, I'm going to want to go to the bar first, obviously. I remember he told us stuff about where things are, but I don't remember where it is. Something about a whale here, and we did have a dream about a whale, so let's go up this way. Is this the bar? Looks like it.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
Same. Hit me one.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Oh, well, I'll leave then.
You saw it just like me. That bum deserved a lesson.
Yeah, but he's a regular, and you're not.
I can see that you and I are off to a bad start. I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Can I fight him? I'd like to fight him.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
That's what I was laughing
I'll tell
at.
nobody.
He doesn't like you.
You'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
For a guy who doesn't like me, he sure is chatty.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Yes, that drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my
Alright,
bar.
I want to skip the part
Oh,
we've already
come
done.
on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want.
There we go, that's right. The skip button down. Okay. I guess, no. Let's go ahead.
That'll be all for now.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the Miraculous Catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the Miraculous Catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
I had the wing of the girly boys.
There's something about an article behind me, but I sure don't see anything.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Ah, there we go.
The Miraculous Catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Shanty, 21st May 1847. Miraculous Catch. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We'd given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the Miraculous Catch covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There's no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is pulling his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff of the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with friends to take to taste the Miraculous Catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
You have no right to...
Okay, I've got 1 CP available, but I don't think 1 CP is going to get me anything at this point. I'm most interested in occultism, but... the medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in an environment. Okay, I didn't even notice it said that below. Okay, so 6, 4, 6, and 4. We're just going to save it since it's not going to do anything at the moment. Inhabitants, we've got Roy Mitchell, 55, owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the Stranded Whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting, if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by. The man will talk freely on this subject, on which he is so keen, but he will be far less enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. As far as places, we've got 3 unlocked over here. Island of Darkwater. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It's a small and hospitable island where coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It's mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. Darkwater Port. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander the docks looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. The Stranded Whale. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity is the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he freely protects the identity of the supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and I even saw what looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. Clues, we've already read that. And inventory, looks like... What? Inventory? Oh, knowledge. Oh, okay. The Atlas of Atlantic Islands. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? I feel like I've read this, so I'm gonna skip that. That's right. I don't want to spin right now, so still looking around.
What did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
What you looking at, stranger?
Hello, bootlegger.
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it. I told you to beat it.
this way? Looks like it. Oh, nope. Locked.
And the doctor, what did he
What's
say?
this over?
He laughed.
Oh, I already read
My
that.
God.
Okay.
You said
Okay. Let's see what this group of people's doing, if
Hey,
anything.
move back. Let the police do their work. Hey, the same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They
Guys,
can't
you can't talk to
understand.
me.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to
I'm assuming they're going to block me from going this way.
You can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard!
Nothing for you here
You'll
either.
see what a true
Beat
sailor's got in
it.
his belly.
But everyone loves
hear
telling
that?
me to beat it here.
You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he call us? I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier, Cat. Oh, there's where he was talking about.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? So something over here.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
The Learning of Medicine, Volume 2. The second volume teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. So I wonder if this is one of the things that will allow me to progress in medicine. It looks like it. Interesting. Let's try going upstairs. Got some stuff to investigate.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
In this photograph, a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg.
What a macabre souvenir.
Nothing of interest in there, okay. Right, I think there was another door I could go out of instead of the one I entered. Yeah, I just walked through that one. But I could go over here, unless it's locked. It's not, so let's check out here. I'm trying to decide just how in-depth I want to go. Do I only want the main story, or do I also want to focus on just exploring the entire myths of the story? Let's talk to this guy.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I don't know. It's not my signature next to that of Charles Hawkins.
I'm at sea for more than half the year. Anyone could have done it during my absence. What seems really important to me is that the dates on these manifests indicate that Charles probably had other contracts.
But not with you, though. I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Curious why I would lie. I guess just for information.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Don't leave it out of the
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
The Miraculous Catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailors' return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
It's possible the path to the warehouse is open now that I've spoken to him. But first, I'm gonna go talk to this woman, see if she'll answer to Cat or anything like that. Or if she'll just tell me to beat it again.
I told you to beat it.
It's YouTube, I can't do that. Okay. Well, let's check our journal again, because some new stuff has definitely popped up. So I have 2 points, which isn't gonna get me up to anything yet. The fewest I need is 4. Darkwater, we've got the bio of James Fitzroy, 45, captain. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Charybdis, the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. His base is the harbormaster's office, from where he misses nothing that happens on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him. The bootleggers despise him. He offered to help me in my investigation. Interesting that all the ships are named after Greek mythological creatures involving the sea. Alright, looks like we've got a few new clues. There's the threatening letter. We've read that. Okay, so mark those. Inventory, nothing new, but knowledge, we've got... Oh, okay. So that's what that is. These are... I learned medicine from picking various stuff up. So I think I will kind of just take it slow, not just rush through the main story, and just take my time and investigate. Because you'll learn like medical and occult stuff that way. Oh, didn't see this.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Alright, let's see if we can get inside the warehouse before we have to finish this episode.
Cops, they can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Get it.
What are you doing over here?
Where do you think you're going?
Wherever I want.
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway.
I like how I asked
Not
that
much
after
work
getting
around
denied
here.
alcohol earlier.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Alright, guys, I think that's it for this episode. When we
No
come back,
idea.
I'm going to try
You better
talking to
keep it
these
shut.
two bootleggers here.
That way we don't have a
But for now, I'm going to Robbio leave. So before I do, I want to tell you, go ahead, like and subscribe, and check back tomorrow for the next episode. See ya.